Hello, Sairam students. Okay, now in the last chapter we have already studied about like and unlike decimal numbers, correct? And also we studied about conversion of unlike decimal to like decimals, and also we did about converting decimal fractions to decimal numbers. Then also in the end we also studied about how to compare a comparison of decimal numbers. So today in chapter 7 we'll be learning about decimal numbers and their four operations, that is how to add, subtract, multiply and divide the decimal numbers. So today let us start with addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. Now when we add or subtract decimal numbers, addition and subtraction of decimal numbers is done in the same way as for the whole numbers, like how we add any two numbers. Same way we can add decimal numbers in any order, the sum will remain the same. And also while adding decimals, all the decimal points should come one below the other. So this is what you have to remember while adding or subtracting any two decimal numbers. Okay. Now there are some steps which you have to follow while adding decimal numbers. Now while adding decimal numbers, write the decimal numbers according to their place values, that is write one below the other. The second step is to put zeros if necessary, that is to complete the required number of decimal places. And step 3 is to add the decimal numbers just like addition of whole numbers. So let us start with the first figure here. This rectangle is divided into 10 equal parts. Okay, and out of this 10 equal parts, 2 parts are colored in orange and 6 parts are colored in green. So to find out what are the total parts colored, what we will do is 0.2. Why 0.2? Because this one whole is divided into 10 equal parts. So out of the 10 equal parts, only 2 parts are colored. Okay, so it is 0.2 and 0.6. Now when we add 0.2 and 0.6, we'll get the answer as 0.8. So what are the total parts colored here out of 10 equal parts? That is 8 parts. Okay, or you can say it is 8 upon 10, which is 0.8 when we convert it into decimal number. Now in the same way, in this figure if you see, for subtraction, out of 10 equal parts, total 9 parts are colored. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now out of that 9 equal parts, 2 parts are cancelled, you can say, or we have to remove it. To remove or to take it out, what we have to do is we have to subtract. So out of that 9 equal parts, that is 0.9 minus 0.2. So what are the parts remaining now here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. That is 2 parts is taken out. So total parts remaining is 0.7. Yes. Now same way we will carry out the addition and subtraction sums. Here let us start with an example. You have to add 24.076. So we'll write the number one below the other. You can add it in any order, but the decimal point should be in proper place. Second number is 89.5. So 89 is a whole number. We'll write it below 24. Decimal point will be in that particular place. 5 is in 10th place. And to complete the number, we will add the 2 zeros. So we will make it into like decimal numbers. The next number is 7.12. So 7 decimal point. 1 is in 10th place, 2 is in 100th place, and to make it into like decimal, add a 0. Now what we will do is we will add all the 3 decimal numbers. So this will be 6, 9, 5 plus 1 is 6. Put the decimal point according in the correct place. Now 9 plus 4, 13, and 13 plus 7 is 20. So 2 carry over. 8 plus 2 is 10 and 10 plus 2 is 12. So your answer is 120.696. Okay. So few things you have to keep it in mind. The first thing is you'll write the numbers one below the other. The decimal point should be in proper order. And you'll write the numbers properly one below the other. So coming to the exercise part, we'll start with our exercise 7.1. The first one is, you can do it in the textbook itself. Color the pictures to show the addition. Now in the first circle 3 parts are colored and in the second circle 5 parts are colored. So you will take it as 0.3 plus 0.5. So you can add the total parts colored and you can just color it. So I'll just show you how to color. You can just total 8 parts you can color. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So out of total 10 equal parts, 8 parts are colored. Now same way in the second figure. In the first figure 5 parts are colored and in the second figure also 5 parts are colored. So 5 plus 5, that is 10. So 0.5 plus 0.5, that is 10. So you can shade all the 10 parts together. Okay, so this for question number 1, you can do it in the textbook itself. Coming to the second question, add, which you have to solve it in your maths notebook, children. 18.2 plus 25.36 plus 90.08. So we'll write the number first, 18.2. Your second number is 25.36. Find the maximum number of decimal places is 2 here. So 25 whole number you will write under 18, one below the other. Put the decimal point. 3 is in 10th place and 6 is in 100th place. Now here after 2 you don't have any number, so you can put a 0 to make it a like decimal. The next number is 90.08. Add all 3 numbers. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 carry over here. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Put the decimal point. 8 plus 5 is 13. 1 carry over. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So your final answer is 133.64. Okay, quite easy, but only thing you have to keep it in mind is write the numbers. Addition is done in the same way as for the whole numbers, but here you have to write the decimal numbers one below the other and using the decimal point in the proper place. So this is the solution. You can just check your answer with this slide. Second sum is E1. 2104.68. Okay, then we have the second number 521.29 and then 173.8. So we'll add a 0 to make it into a like decimal and then add all the 3 numbers. Now when we add all the 3 numbers, same way how we add the other whole numbers and then put the decimal point. So your answer is 2799.77. Then just solve it in your notebook. Next sum is G1. Same way 92. Now here you can see in these 3 numbers the maximum number of decimal places is a 3-digit decimal place 0. So in the first one is a 92.21. So you will add 1 0 to make it a decimal, like decimal. Then 706.45. So you'll write it as 706.45. Again, you will add one more 0 here. And the last number is 8.012. Add all the three numbers, 2, 7 and 4 plus 2 is 6. Put the decimal point in the correct place. Then 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 1 carry over. Then 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 it is carried over here. And 7 plus 1 is 8. So your final answer is 806.672. Same way subtraction sums. Here subtract, let us start with an example. Subtract 49.72 from 82.01. So here it is written from 82.01 you have to subtract 49.72. So you will write this number 82.01 on the top, the bigger one, minus 49. Just a minute. 82.01 minus 49.72. Subtract the numbers. Now you cannot subtract as 1 is smaller than 2. So borrow from here. This will become 10. Borrow from 10. This will become 11. Now here it is 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. Now 1 is smaller than 9, so borrow from here. Now 11 minus 9 is 2 and 7 minus 4 is 3. So your answer is 32.29. Okay. Okay, let us start with our exercise sum, that is 7.1. Okay. The first one is subtract 204.194 from 400.62. So we'll write the number first, bigger number, bigger decimal number, that is 400.620 minus 204.194. Okay, subtract it now from 0. You cannot subtract 4, so borrow from here 1. This will become 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. Now from 1 you cannot subtract 9, so borrow from here 6. This will become 5 and this will become 11. So 11 minus 9 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. Put the decimal point in the proper place. Now from 0 you cannot subtract. Here also you don't have any number, so borrow from 4. When you borrow, this number will become 3. This number will become 10. Now from 10 you borrow 1. This will become 9 and this will become 10. Now 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 0 is 9 and 3 minus 2 is 1. So your answer is 196.426. Okay. So in this slide I have shown you the working. So 400.620 minus 204.194. Write the number and then subtract it accordingly, the same way how you do it for the whole numbers. The second sum is, okay, subtract 53.89 from 2235.67. So if I first write the number 2235.67 minus 53.89. From 7 you cannot subtract 9. 7 is smaller than 9. So borrow from 6. So this will become 5. And this number will become 17. 17 minus 9 is 8. Now again here 5 is smaller than 8. So for borrow from this 5, this will become 4 and this number will become 15. Now 15 minus 8 is 7. Put the decimal point. Now 4 minus 3 is 1. Now again here from 3 you cannot subtract 5. So borrow from 2. So this will become 1 and this number will become 13. Now 13 minus 5 is 8. This one will remain as it is, as there is no number to subtract, and 2 you will write it down as it is. So your final answer is 2181.78. The working is shown on the next slide. You can just copy down it from here. And the last sum is 8.075 from 120.23. So you will write this number 120.230 minus 8.075. Now from 0 you cannot subtract 5. So you will borrow from 3, that will become 2 and the number will become 10. Now 10 minus 5 is 5. Now from 2 you cannot subtract 7. So you will borrow from this 2, that will become 1 here number and this number will become 12. Now 12 minus 7 is again 5. And 1 minus 0 is 1. Now here from 0 you cannot subtract 8. So we will borrow from this 2 and this number becomes 1 here. And this number becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 1 will remain as it is and this one will remain as it is. So your final answer is 112.155. Okay. Just solve all the 3 sums in your maths notebook. Now based on this addition and subtraction of decimal numbers, homework sums for you, which you have to do it in your homework part. 3 addition sums and 3 subtraction sums. So practice all the sums and meet you in the next class. Till then, thank you for today and bye.